what kind of repatriation coverage does Study Insured offer? What are some of the benefits, and why schools should consider Study Insured when they're thinking about repatriation coverage?
Okay. So before we get into the policy and what we do for coverage, let's talk about a bit of how the many forms that a repatriation can take. So a
Okay.
repatriation can be as simple as I need to go back home. I'm not feeling well, but I'm okay, and we could just get that plane ticket for you or the student or a companion to fly back home. All right.
Mm.
It could also be I'm not feeling well and I need a companion to be with me that is a nurse escort or a medical escort. We can do that for you as well. It goes all the way to the ultimate level of care, which is an air ambulance, which is literally a flying ambulance that would get you from the hospital bed into another country to another hospital bed, keeping you safe, keeping you well, and getting you better on the way, right? And then unfortunate situation where someone passes and they need to get the remains back home. That's another situation where hopefully nobody has to go through this, and most people are lucky enough they don't have to deal with it. But we also know how to do that, and we provide all the support that whether they want to do burial, cremation, or transferring the remains back home, we also do that. Okay, so it is important to say that because that's where having good policy comes into play, right? That is when having good benefits and good support from your assistance company and from your policy to be able to get you to do all those things, okay, without a limitation, so to say. I've dealt with policies that they cover everything that is emergent, everything that is, hospitalizations or clinic visits, but for repatriations, there's a very limited benefit. So if you want to do anything, you got to do it within that realm, or get into escalating issues, getting higher ups, getting the underwriters involved, and making sure, like making your decision making tied to someone else's green light versus the study insured policy. The limit that we have for the repatriation is all the limit that we have for the policy, right? So the repatriation limit is not bound to any caps, only the whole policy. So that allows us to make the best decision. Okay, so we don't let the financials get in the way of making the best decision for the patient. Okay, so hopefully that answered the question. For the study insured policy, I'm very happy to work with because I can focus on what's best and how can we get it done faster, better, and easier for everybody involved without thinking too much and how much we have to, play around with the financials.